Wiggy time on the fly. What's up, everybody? Sean Wiggins here, alongside myself, Ref Hansen. And this one is going back to April 21st, 2001. And there he is, the all-around best, Xavier. I put this match up because always remember the dead and, always help out, show as much footage of the dead as possible. And in professional wrestling, you lose a lot of friends. This is not meant to be a sad post. Meant to be a happy post because this is a pretty good match. This involves two old friends of mine who are both died, both passed away. Ironically, both in 2020. It is Justice Payne, who's famous for CZW, more known as CZW, against Xavier. A little background here. This is April 21st, 2001, as I said. Remember, this is 1 month after ECW and WCW were in the garbage, were in the graveyard themselves. So WWF at this current time, in this realm, WWF is the only federation going. So all of us in the back here thought, Jersey All Pro Wrestling, they're going to the next level. They're going to be the next big thing, or CZW. I mean, we really thought that because we live in the Northeast. This building here is Philadelphia, the ECW arena, which at this time was Viking Hall. Wasn't yet the 2300 arena. It was like 2 or 3 owners ago. And JAP was running there monthly. And I've put up a couple other matches that I've refereed from shows in Philadelphia where JAP would run monthly. They ran monthly from November 2000 to September 2001. And the attendance just kept dropping and dropping and dropping. I think Philadelphia was done with wrestling, but the other part of it was CZW, Combat Zone Wrestling, which is my favorite federation maybe ever. Like, I really did wish I worked for them. They just needed a little better vision, but their product was awesome. They're black and yellow. They had their own thing, and I was like, oh, they do too much garbage. They use weed whackers, and they do this. They were different than everybody else. But anyway, before I go off on a tangent, too late, CZW they did have TV in South Jersey in the Philly area. And they were just promoting this show. They ran this building in December 2001, and they just always ran this building. And they're the ones that bought this building back. They had, 1,100 people their first show here. JP at most had 500 or 600 when Jerry the King Lawler was there. And Jersey All Pro Wrestling and CZW were rivals then, unfortunately, instead of working together. Because that would have been too smart. Mahis to Dark Cradle by Justice Payne. I'm doing too much talking about what was going on here. And now let's give a little background on these two guys. Justice Payne and Xavier, see how quick they move. Their bodies were unbelievable. Xavier always had a body. I've talked about him on my channel so many times because I do have enough matches of him on here. But Justice Payne makes his debut on my channel. Actually, this is the only time I ever refereed for Justice Payne. He was a CZW mainstay amongst other local Philly promotions. But for me, I was always kind of a mark for him. His walkout song was I Don't Know Anything. Phenomenal song. I still listen to it to this day. But sadly, he killed himself in the beginning of 2020, right before the pandemic hit. And it was maybe 4 or 5 months later, Xavier, I believe, killed himself in 2020 as well. Belly-to-belly suplex by Justice Payne. Justice Payne is the real-life brother of Nick Gage, who some of you might know who that is. GCW fame. I think he did some AEW matches. Nick Gage had his problems, but went to jail and got a body and came out of it on top. He served his time, and now he's wrestling today. And this is the awesome Modtron Productions, way ahead of its time, kind of doing cool things like that for Jersey All Pro. Great graphics, great, they had it all. They really helped JP a lot. But yeah, sadly, these two guys killed themselves in 2020, probably for different reasons. I know Justice Payne was a welder in the Philadelphia area, making sick money, but he had 2 little girls, and I think he was getting divorced, and I don't think he's going to get custody and a whole bit. I don't want to speculate, but just want to put this match out there because I want to know on my channel and any of Justice Payne's friends and family that I friggin' loved him. I thought he was cool. Always good to me. I didn't know him very well, but he was cool as shit to talk to when I was around him. And I only think good thoughts, positive about him. And Xavier, same deal. He was just a dope. We had so much fun with Xavier, though. The SAT could tell you some stories about Xavier. He was a funny guy. He was just not outgoing. He was like, I don't know. I'm saying he was like kind of dumb, but good dumb. But what a hell of a friend he was. A good man, a good friend to have. I'll say that. Nothing but positive thoughts of the two of them. But I'm just glad I found this match. And as I said, my VCR is on its my VCR is 9 toes in the grave. So I'm gonna put every single match I possibly have on VHS up because I'd like my son Mass to see it someday. My nephews, Riley, Andrew, Steven, all you guys, every last nephew I have, all my friends' kids. And if anyone ever wants to watch me referee wrestling, they can watch me 20 years from now. Hopefully this match doesn't get taken off. Hopefully the boys at Modtron Productions let people see their work. Modtron Productions, excellent production company. They should be in the big time for the talent and skill and hard work that they have. Anyway, Xavier now laying him in. And again, this is April 2001, so there was no social media here. There's no Facebook, no Twitter, no YouTube, no MySpace. I can remember. No one had any of that stuff. So you would work these matches in the indies and hope that... And I actually did get booked here through email. I would get booked on shows through email. Everything was by the phone, but you could on email here. 2001, emails around. I had AOL.com. I think I was Ref Hansen 123. Ooh, sorry for that zoom. Or I was Wiggy99. I used to be Saw Rules 666 at AOL.com. That was my screen name. Anyway, so a lot of guys would want to have great matches on these shows, and hopefully an internet site writes up a great review, and that's how you get noticed, because a lot of guys are trying to go to Japan at this time, WWF obviously, but there wasn't many other places to go. CCW, ECWA was very big at this time, PWF, there was a few, even JCW was a little bit big. And at this point, this is, April 2000, Dusty Rhodes is running Turnbuckle Championship Wrestling, which was short-lived. It was too bad it didn't go a little longer, just didn't have any funding. But, back body drop over the top rope. It looked like Xavier tried to catch himself on the top rope. Didn't quite work out. But needless to say, Xavier tumbles to the outside, but is still healthy enough to try to keep competing in this match. There's Hatman, the legendary Hatman. I friggin' loved him. He thought he was one of the boys. Never trained a day in his life. Jim Kettner made him a referee, I think, as a specialty show. But... good guy, that Hatman. I would mess with him every friggin' time before the show. You'd see Hatman in front row at every ECW show in Philly, every WCW pay-per-view in Philly, WWF pay-per-view in Philly. I never asked him how he got tickets, but he did. Nice I almost said suplex kick. Super kick by Justice Payne. And Justice Payne, who did all the frickin' hardcore and did the ultra-violent stuff, didn't need to do it. I mean, he was a friggin' good worker on top of it, good wrestler on top of it. There's Hatman giving me shit. What you don't see is me giving Hatman the high sign and Hatman immediately sitting down. But Justice Payne didn't need to do any of that stuff, and he did it anyway. Because, he loved it. I think he retired when he was 29. I might be wrong about that. But yeah, the real-life brother of Nick Gage. And it's weird I never knew that, because now that I know that, I can't picture... they look so much alike. There it is, the blockbuster that Justice Payne hit. There it is, but now he took too long to cover. It's got to be a 3, hook a leg with the tights. 2, you waited too long, Justice. I never called him by his real... I don't even know his real name. But I always called him Justice. Or Justice Payne. I always call guys by their worker name. I don't know. So I'd like to thank my VCR for hanging on as long as it did. It could go any minute. And then this, but if you're watching this on YouTube, it did go because I wouldn't have put it up otherwise. Xavier cuts Justice Pain off. I forgot. Can I haven't watched this match. This 21 years ago. Who knows? I think Xavier goes over. I'm gonna give it away here. Xavier going for the Sting Scorpion Death Drop from the top. That's a finish, dude. That's a finish. That's the thing about JP. Everybody, look at the fans sitting on their hands. They just could. Two. Nice cover. Great reffing. Look at me, the long-haired goof. Boy, I look like an idiot with long hair. Disregard that. I look sexy as hell. No bald spot there yet. Xavier now has him in the corner. I'm a little pissed at that, by the way. My mother's father died with a full head of hair. But, baldness, time, and tide wait for no man. Xavier now picking Justice Pain up. What's he going to go for? That, I don't know what the hell you call that, but I think it's the Xavier finisher is what that is. Did that get him here? I don't think so. I think at this time Xavier had a dark match with in the WWF. Who the hell did he work? Him, Prince Nana, and Loki were getting dark matches for the WWF at this point. See, it took too long, X. Didn't hook a leg. Didn't hook the tights. Didn't get all that. Now Xavier's slapping Justice Pain around. And I read up his story, Justice Pain. I ain't talking about it, but it said he jumped off the Walt Whitman Bridge. Craziness of how that would happen. But I don't know if that's a rumor or not. Now I get the heebie-jeebies driving over that thing. Nice blowing over by Justice Pain. He got him. Justice Pain got the 3 on Xavier. Oh, shit. I thought Xavier went over. Justice Pain hit whatever that was that he calls a finisher. And he got the 1, 2, 3. Wow, nice. Justice Pain goes over in his home turf. He had the home field advantage here, being that he worked in Philly more than Xavier did. And he's from the area. Justice Pain gets to win. So to anyone who knew Xavier and Prince and Justice Pain, your families, I loved both of these two guys. It was really cool that I got to work with Justice Pain. I worked with Xavier so many times. I don't even know how to count, but it's weird. Sometimes you know guys in this industry 10 plus years and never work on them. Glad I got Justice Pain once. He's an awesome guy. I think warm thoughts of him and Xavier as well. Great match between these two. So, ladies and gentlemen, arrivederci and ciao. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and please drive safe. Signing off.